The incident that happened between a Nigeria minister who has the rank of a governor in the Federal Capital Territory with soldiers in Abuja come at the time to remind us about the respect to the military, and also remind us about the powers that military officers do have when they are not corrupt and when they want to stay true to their oath of office. The military in any country has the sole obligation to protect the territory from being invaded both within and without, and to save lives. No politician in a functional society has a power or the power to dictate to a military. If any politician who is not directly under the line, the chain of command from the military, gives a military officer message and the military officer executes, it therefore means that that military officer does not know what a military is and does not know the power of the uniform they carry. If any Jack and G politician who, because they have embezzled some kind of money, they're in a privileged position, think that they can give a military officer order and the military officer followed such orders, then it means that that military officer does not know the meaning of becoming a soldier or being a soldier wearing the uniform. The soldier in Nigeria have actually made us to understand this, and it is true. In the same thing in the United States of America, any military officer who can be tossed around by an ordinary, a bloody civilian, under whether it's a minister or not a minister, because they're in any privileged position, that military officer should know that they have actually desecrated the fabric of a military. The military only takes orders following their chain of command. And their chain of command, they are trained to follow the last order. That is why you have the commander-in-chief of the armed force. You have the head of the joint chief of staff. You will now come and have the different generals and the different commanders in their respective rank and file. So no bloody civilian has the temerity, has the zeal to tell a military officer what to do. No bloody civilian, no minister has a right to tell a military officer what to do, the order to follow. The military, any military that knows what the military is, follow the order, the last order to his immediate superior, not a civilian, even if that civilian is a minister. That is why it's only the president that is called commander-in-chief, not the vice president of a country which is called the deputy commander-in-chief. No, there's only one commander-in-chief and army chief of staff of the joint staff, the defense staff. There are not two. So the only person that can call a military officer and that military officer takes order directly is the chief of the defense chief or the commander-in-chief. In this case, the commander-in-chief is the president of every country, who is the commander-in-chief. So when I see military officers in Africa who are being toasted around by politicians, local politician administrators who just call them, oh, go and shout at this person, or shout at them, oh, you come here, yes sir, come here, yes sir, come here. I laugh. It means that you don't know this, you don't know what you carry, you don't know your powers, you don't know. You have no right to be allegiance to any bloody civilian except your direct command. If your direct command says, attention, at ease, your direct command says, stand there and nobody enters. No one contravening that order. You are following the last order. You saw one of the soldiers. The soldier said, I am following orders, sir. I am merely following orders. Orders, last order. The minister went up, came down, went up, came down. Say, you know who I am? Who are you, sir? I am following orders. The minister took his phone and called the joint chief of staff, called the chief of staff in Nigeria, that, hey, one of your elements is there. And when the element was informed, the element simply reminded that chief of staff of the military code that I am following the last order. And at the end of the day, the law prevailed. So when you see military officers where politicians, because they have small 50,000, 100,000, they give them, and they may threaten them. Any military officer who knows his power knows what it can. Wait, you see that uniform? That uniform was not taken anyhow. That uniform was merited. They went for training, they worked hard, they undergo difficult moments, they build themselves up to defend the territory, whether they say it is the territory or it is death. They went to defend the territory. So any military wearing that uniform did not get it from anyhow. They merited it, and so they are defending. That is the nation that they carry. That's why any bloody civilian like myself, or you see someone wearing that uniform, the only thing you have to do is you have to respect that uniform. And so when you see any bloody civilian in African countries, desecrating. I know some people are saying that call the countries. You know the countries. I don't need to call the countries. You know, you have been seeing them. When you just see administrators should just carry military, people walk around, do things. You see, Nigerian military, if you don't make yourself banana, monkey will not eat you. That military man decides not to make himself banana. For this minister should not eat. Now the minister have got to understand that the military takes the last order. And that is, Nigeria, Tinubu has to promote this military officer to the rank of general, because this is only what a general can do.